Saka and Gabriel Jesus on target. Arsenal getting their second victory in preseason in as many games. Guys, impressive. Arsenal have been impressive in preseason.
I think Arsenal fans can confidently sing "Jesus take the wheel" now because that's what Gabriel Jesus is doing. He's actually showing that he was worth the money and he's the player they needed. And if you look at the nature of signings,
Jesus is looking at you. Okay, you finish.
If you look at the nature of signings Arsenal are bringing in, it looks like Arteta is trying to go for players who are comfortable on the ball, players who can resist the press, and it looks like he's trying to build something. For me, I feel like he's had too much time, and if this season goes south, he should be kicked out of Arsenal.
Suzu. Just a little mischievous comment. When we started the show, I remember you saying preseason doesn't matter. What has changed? What has changed in the last 30 minutes?
But there are some good signs. You have to see.
But the more seriously, he's right. I mean, considering what Lacazette did last season, anybody who was a bit, active and alert would be an improvement. And we know that for Jesus, he's very active and alert. That's one of his most outstanding traits. His work rate is incredible. So, and he's showing his quality. I've mentioned my concerns about his finishing. Right now, I'm not seeing them, but we'll see how the season goes. But I'm very skeptical about his, how often he convert those chances. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But
you're impressed with preseason, isn't it?
Me. Preseason for new players is you want to see how they are bedding into their team, that kind of thing. It really depends on their team and where they are at. So I was seeing someone like the Liverpool Man U match. We're all laughing for it and that kind of stuff. But Liverpool and Man U had different objectives in that game. Ten Hag is trying to create his first team. Klopp knows his first team. That's why he can bring out half the under 18s to play 13. He doesn't care because he knows who starts. He's just trying to see who can now come up into their team. So in Arsenal's case, the new signing like Jesus, he has to be there. He has to be running about. He has to show that he's ready to
important.
play. He has to he has to impress the manager. He has to. The other guys, they don't really have they can take it easy. So different objectives.
But look, and another guy who played his first preseason game for Arsenal was Thomas Partey. He was absolutely brilliant in this game. Just how important is he? And another thing I want to ask you, Nobo, we've heard rumors about Arsenal wanting Tielemans. We've seen what the absence of Partey can do to this team. Why have they not gotten that deal over the line all this time?
I'm actually surprised because if the rumors were to go by, it looked like it was set in stone even before the season ended. So I was expecting him to be one of the first signings. I don't know whether it's personal terms or maybe the player is expecting other interest from other clubs. But then if I was Arsenal, you'd want an improvement on Xhaka going into the season if you want to be gunning for top 4. Partey has had this injury issue, so you'd want cover in that position too, because Tielemans can play in the central midfield. But then I think for Arsenal, it looks as if they are building the team around Partey. He's the heart of the team. If he plays well, the team plays well. I would think the medical team should take special care of him. They would want to have him fit for majority of the games, and especially the big games. For Ghana, it also works out for us.
We need him fit.
Yes, we would want our best player to be firing on all cylinders going into the World Cup.
And speaking on that, if you remember the first half in the 2-1 defeat to Manchester City, the one that I think Gabriel got sent off, Partey in the first half was unplayable. You could see what happened when he has a good game. And that's the nature of the position. When you're that deepest midfielder, your good game is the team's good game. But at the same time, if the team is playing badly and you are playing well, you can't, because you're not making that impact in the final third. So it's a very tricky situation. And your bad game is going to expose the team. But speaking on Tielemans, he's probably going to replace Xhaka in the lineup, the way it's looking. I don't know if that's the right move for them. I feel Partey needs someone who can at least do a bit of defensive work. And I don't see Tielemans as that type of guy. I don't think Tielemans is that committed defensively.
I think it would be complete suicide if they play Tielemans and Partey
exactly.
Honestly, to give Arteta the benefit of it, I don't think he'll do that. I honestly don't.
Who is he going to
depends
play?
on the position you are playing against.
You see, look, let's establish.
He probably doesn't want to sit on the bench.
Yes, but Arsenal is a big team. There's a certain level of competition that you expect if you are starting week in, week out at Leicester City, you do expect to come to Arsenal and start week in, week out. There's a certain level of competition.
No, but this Arsenal, I would expect to.
No, but Tottenham Hotspur themselves have gone to buy Richarlison for 60 million when they have Kulusevski, Son, and Kane, competition.
But
Arsenal are going to push for top 4 against the likes of Tottenham, Arsenal.
But can I make a small point? If you're a Leicester City player, and let's just use the last 3 seasons as a benchmark, you finish 5th, 8th. In that same 3 seasons, Arsenal have finished 8th, 5th. You are thinking to yourself, okay, we can say last season a lot of our defenders were injured and that kind of stuff. But I think the Leicester players at this point might not think of themselves as that low below Arsenal. Maybe in terms of the pedigree as Arsenal are playing in the Champions League, but they might think to themselves currently as we speak, there's not much difference between Arsenal and Leicester. So I don't see myself leaving Leicester to come and sit on the bench.
Maybe not all of them, but for Tielemans,
I think maybe that's the thinking with some of them.
So
and also the fact that he's maybe thinking, maybe a Champions League club will come for me, that kind of thing. All those things matter. But for me, like you said, that whole Partey Tielemans thing that people are suggesting, it sounds like a very bad idea to me. So I'm thinking maybe they are looking at a midfielder who can do a bit of both. You know, someone who has a bit of, they can do a bit of defense, a more box-to-box type midfielder than Tielemans, who is more of like a, he gives me a Lampard type vibe. You know, a central midfielder who comes to run, makes that third man run, he's at the edge of the box to shoot, that kind of thing. If you were to play, let's say, a Lampard type player in a Partey, you leave Partey very exposed. It's not that Partey is definitely the deepest midfielder, but you don't want too much space between him, which is why Xhaka is a good balance. Because Xhaka, you know, he doesn't like to get into the box. He always likes to stay at the edge, you know. So I'm wondering maybe they've decided his profile is not exactly what they want. But I think I would prefer if they did not buy Tielemans, because I feel like you pay a lot for him, you pay a lot of wages for him to come and sit on the bench. I don't think he adds and they just bought this Fabio Vieira guy. I don't see the point of buying another central midfielder if you're not buying someone who has a bit more skill defensively. That's the way I see it. I don't see him as a necessity for them, though he's a good player.
Though he's